Hello?
Hello?
God?
God? Yeah, somebody's trying to call
Is
me.
that you?
It's my brother. It's my brother. It's my
Your
brother.
Scottish brother?
My Scottish brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Good morning, everybody. It's Osama number 5, and the Accidental Activists are in the house. Hi, Osama. What's up?
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my God. I look like I went and saw Trump's stylist. I got me my spray on tan.
Yeah, what's that sticky stuff in your hair? You're terrible.
It's the leftover residuals of last night's RNC convention.
Oh, well, oh shit. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God. That convention was just, it was cringeworthy. So give us your high insight and awareness. Good morning. How good to see ya. Osama and Insight. They're keeping us warm this morning, Chanda.
Lady Gaga should watch out for my CGI 767.
Oh, yeah. CGI 767. There you go.
What the hell does that mean?
Osama, you need to come on and explain. Osama, he gets on camera.
Does he?
Yes, he does. He should come on the show.
I am so orange on the playback. I am like glowing.
I love it. I love it. Now, what is that new spray tan you're using? Donnie in a can or what?
Well, no, Donnie in a can, but I also spent some time out under our, unfiltered UV rays, and this is the result.
Oh God, radiation, solar radiation. Oh my God.
It does look like radiation.
Yeah, it's
you
really.
should see the playback. Like I am bright orange.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at you here in the screen, and from like your chin down, it's like your frickin' orange tomato whatever soup is leaked all over your skin. So
I'm part of the Trump family.
Yeah, part of the Trump family. Well. They'll never look that good. Hi, Sirius. How are you? She's serious, or they're serious. Serious, what do you identify yourself as, besides a human being? I like to have something, they, them, us, me, her, him. Anyway, J9 Campbell, good morning. Like I used on 9/11, the video fakery that got up Gaga's ass. Okay, that's what Osama said. Osama says, like I used it. 9/11. Orange, you glad this stream has 0 glitches so far? So, hey, Jesus.
So are we.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So what else is going on? What? Tell us exactly how you felt about the convention last night.
So I gotta say there was a lot of fear mongering, some racism, topped off with a little bit more fascism, and a complete attaboy for the police state. Is how I wrap it up.
Attaboy. That reminds me of what was that? The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. With Don Knotts. Attaboy! What was the character's name? I bet that's too old for you, Grandma. I mean,
showing your age, boomer, but no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, attaboy. That was good. I like that movie.
I owned a video store in one of my 9 lives.
Oh, you did? Was it videotape or records or what was it?
It was videotapes, and this was, so it was 98, so then by 2000 we had switched to CDs or DVDs, and then in our small little town Hollywood Video came in, and they were allowed to have more signage approved by the city than I was. And then if you remember those days, especially in a small town, everybody owed me late fees. So as soon as Hollywood opened, I lost a lot of my clientele to them. Yeah. And then I moved it. I just finally, streaming was coming in. We knew that Redbox had just launched. So it was a dying industry. And so I got out. I had an espresso stand that was hooked to my video store originally. So then I separated that and went into the espresso business after that. But yeah, I know a lot of useless movie trivia because I spent a lot of time watching movies.
Well, good. We'll make a good couple then, because that's kind of my forte as well. I used to rent out videos at the drugstore that I used to work at as a manager. And
did you have a porn section? I did.
No, we didn't have a porn section. It was a very thoughtful drugstore, or thoughtless
I was the only porn rental place in all of our small little town, and we have more churches than bars in Squim, so I would get protested, picketed. I'd get phone calls of how I was going to hell. And
you're gonna go to hell for renting porn movies?
Yeah, and it was probably the same guys that were calling and telling me I was going to hell that were coming in and doing naughty things in my back room. So I had to put up cameras.
I think they were right. Aren't we living in hell right now?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that
I'll
convention.
tell you, it was quite the adventure.
Yeah, well, the convention last night was like hell too. It was RNC was nothing but Tom Doofery. Sirius said. That's what Sirius says. I happen to agree. I mean, we did a stream. We tried to do a stream last night. It had its fun moments, but man,
It's boring.
I drool every day, but man, the waterfall of drool started coming out at that thing last night, except for some high points. I noticed that the rising Sauger particularly was very complimentary about the beginning of the shit show. But
he would.
Yeah, well, I mean, Crystal even said, I thought there was going to be some substance here, and I didn't realize that they were going to pull the 24-hour Reagan funeral thing with this RNC thing. So it's like going all the time, right, for a whole week or what?
Yeah, there was no substance, but there was lots of flags. Yeah, it's Trumpapalooza or Trump Fest. Yeah.
Trumpapalooza. Yeah, this is why I made this poorly contrived graphic that in the back. That's a dystopian choo-choo train with Trump's face on it, and it was 20,000 tons of high-octane hate for the most part. Yeah, I mean. Yeah. They bent it the other way, where last week's DNC was making Joe Biden look like Jesus,
right?
And this one's making Donald Trump look like Beelzebub.
Well, I got to commend them for getting on a message with the whole, socialism's going to destroy our country if the Democrats win. That's the end of America. I got to say that's almost as good as Trump ad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody's getting thrown out of their houses. They're moving. Didn't you say you noticed a lot of people in your area were moving because?
Yeah, driving down the road the other day, I noticed so many people with trailers and just backed up to houses.
They can't pay their rent. They're getting into extended living situations. Californians are moving. What? They're moving east and
good
north.
Morning, Vermont.
Good morning, Vermont. Hey, what's up? Hey, there's Brom and Al. Al Walski, hey, Wal. Brom,
they're slowly trickling in.
Melissa, hey, there's
J9 Campbell. Aw.
What happened? What did I miss?
You'll see it.
Coming. Oh my God. Oh wow. Thanks, J9 Campbell. Gee, mini Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Thank you so much. So, Brick 2020 or Meteor 2020. I think I'm going for, what are we going for? We're going to go for the asteroid, right?
I've been voting for the asteroid since 2016, so thank fucking God it's showing up the day before the election.
Yeah, my God in hell. Okay, well, we got a wonderful super chat from J9 Campbell. Thank you so much, and we're going to throw that up here in a second as soon as it rolls over. I guess we should start the show, and I should quit monologuing. We'll get into the convention a little bit more in depth here, but right now let's do something we haven't done in a while. We have a Wipey Award winner.
Yay, Wipey Award. We need like a little song or something that we play for the Wipey Award.
Good idea.
Along with the graphic.
Good idea. Osama, you got any songs that we would go with the Wipey Award that we could kind of dub in there in the background? This Wipey Award is special to, I know it's special to Chanda and I both, because we have a four-time winner for the Wipey. 4 times, John Ellis is a 3-time. He was tied with this person. Then we have Jason Call got one too, I think. But we have a myriad of Wipey Awards. But we have a 4-time winner, and I'm so glad this winner is who they are. Care to make a guess, Chanda, who it is?
I'm going to say it's a woman. Because we're smart enough to get the most awards.
There you go. That's fair. I'll go with that. You are correct. Chanda gets the prize. Fiorella Isabella, 4-time Wipey Award champion of the dive. She tweeted out yesterday. She goes, "Wait, I'm super confused. The RNC is today. Who were all the Republicans war criminals talking on stage last week?" So that's she's waiting for all of them, right? So Kasich and who else? Who else is? Who else? Who's it? Kasich and
Pelosi,
Powell, Bill Clinton, whatever.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah. I should have got the whole clip in there, but truly, yeah, she's exactly right. So the war criminals taking on the stage last week. When are they going to come on this convention? So I wanted to, with that, congratulations, Fiorella Isabella.
Congrats.
Congrats.
She's been on the dive with us before, I gotta say.
Yeah, she has. She has been on the dive, and we're not biased. Liar. Yes, we are biased.
We're biased because they speak the truth.
They speak the truth. So let's take a look at the agenda. Let everybody know who's talking this week. So let's see who's talking.
414 and the Republican National Convention begins tonight in North Carolina. We know the lineup now of scheduled speakers. Among tonight's guests, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, also Donald Trump Jr., First Lady Melania Trump, and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo are set to speak tomorrow. The president himself will speak on Thursday, which is the final night of the convention.
Oh, yay. Are you happy?
Oh, yay.
You got the lineup there, so that makes it easy. So who are you most...
I'm looking forward to that St. Louis couple. Did I miss them? The Hamburglar, and they were going to shoot every Black Lives Matter that walked by.
I don't think they featured them. I think what they did was they... the Pillow Guy and Scott Bio, that was Snopes debunked that. It was mostly false. They had all those on there. But those
no Baio?
No Scott Baio, unfortunately, or fortunately for that. I'm, you know how much I love Charles in Charge.
Yeah, Charles was so in charge, he was sexually assaulting all the cast members.
Was he? Tell us.
Oh, yeah. You haven't heard the Nicole Eckard allegations about him and what he was doing to her?
Oh, Nicole Eckard.
The little cutie from Baywatch?
Yeah. Nicole Eckard. She was a hottie. I think back in the day, I was like, wow, she's really cute, but she was too young for me back then. So
yeah, Hollywood messed with her head hard.
Yeah, it really did. And now she's done a couple of Hallmark movies, I think. So
yeah, that's where they always land.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hallmark, it's Canada, things like that.
Speaking of that, Aunt Becky only got two months. Did you hear that?
Yeah, Aunt Becky, and she's terrified about going to Club Fed or wherever the hell she's going.
Come on. With COVID, they'll slap an ankle bracelet on her and she'll sit in her, multi-million-dollar mansion.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Her and Massimo. So Lori Loughlin.
Massimo.
Well, this is a great opportunity. Now, come on, truly a great opportunity, because now she can do a Hallmark show from prison. Aunt Becky.
It suited Martha Stewart well.
Yeah, it did. But Martha Stewart got 6 months or something. What are they getting?
No, she did like 18, didn't she?
I don't remember.
She was in there a little while. She was in there long enough to get a wife.
It was a long time. Hey, we also have some news on the postal front. And this was retweeted by Chucky Rocha. I'm not a fan. But up Chucky. It took 2 months to set up the sorting machine. 2 months. Brand new mail sorting machine was dismantled Friday and thrown into a dumpster in Grand Junction, Colorado, under DeJoy's order. So what's the deal? Did Congress make him go jump in the dumpster and dig it out?
We can't have the mail being processed because that damages the election. But did you hear what Twitter did to Trump about this?
What? What'd Twitter do?
They slapped his hand for tweeting out some shit about how the mail-in is going to it's going to be fraudulent. Our election's going to be fraudulent because of mail-in, and they dinged him and suppressed him.
Oh, so they said false? Is that what they said?
They said false. They said false, yes.
They said false? Good. Well, he's still going to scream at bloody murder, and his followers are going to say, yeah, it was rigged. But that's if Biden happens to edge him out with his 56% of people voting against Trump and not for Biden. So
only 5% of Bernie's donors have donated to Biden.
Only 5%.
Only 5%.
So
that tells me that the base is pissed. We're not supporting the Democrats, and they are going to wake up the day after the election blaming Russia again.
Well, that'll be fine because they can raise money on that, right?
It suited them well the last 4 years, but at some point, this party's got to fucking die.
Well, it does. And how many times do they have to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. I don't get that. The metrics are just so similar to 2016. And Rahm Emanuel, is it Emmanuel or whatever it is? You know, the current godfather of the Democratic Party. Yeah. He's saying about how they're going to pick up, what do they call them? Biden Republicans?
Right.
Republicans.
They think that they're going to, and this never works for them. They have tried this over and over. They always reach for the right, thinking that they're going to get the Republicans to vote for them. And they're already Republicans is what they don't get. So the moderate Democrats that are voting with them are the Republican thinking type of Democrats. The rest of us, which are most of the base of the Democratic Party, are more left than that.
Yeah.
So they shoot themselves in the foot because they're out of touch and they refuse to take a look in the mirror.
Once again, two sides of the same coin. They're just tossing the hot potato back and forth and making money off of all of it, right? That's it.
Yep.
And I think that the outcry is so much hating Trump this time that they might pull it off and they might get the cop and me and Biden in office.
I'm not holding my breath for that. I truly think that Trump is going to tighten down and manage to pull this one off. I think we underestimate the support he has on the ground. And I'm going to be relieved to hear that Trump won, not because I like Trump or his policies, but because I am truly fearful what the day after the election looks like if the Democrats win. If you saw what happened in Portland last weekend with the Proud Boys, that's what's coming to every city in America. If Trump loses.
I get the context. I thought you said you're going to be relieved if Biden wins, but no, you said Trump.
No, Trump.
Because you're worried about the violence that's going to ensue by the psychopaths out there, like the Proud Boys and some of these other hate groups.
Boogaloos.
Yeah, so that's, it's like we're being held hostage to our vote, It's horrible. I guess we should move on to some...
But if Trump wins, will these guys just fade away after 4 years?
No, hell no. They're going to be energized. Are you kidding me? They're going to be energized. Do
we even have that many years left?
It's a lose-lose situation, and the cops are going to help them because these so-called progressives are saying defund the police. Again, I don't think that's the verbiage they should use.
I don't think that's the verbiage at all, and I've been screaming that from day one.
Yeah,
we need to reallocate. We need to train. We need to,
Well, you need to make some rules. If your body cam's off, for any reason, you're suspended for 60 days. If it's off a second time, you're on permanent leave until you come under a review board. This kind of shit. That guy that shot Jacob Brooks in the back, what the hell? Grab him by the T-shirt. Here, hold still while I put 7 slugs in your back.
Yeah, in front of your children.
Yeah, in front of your kids, by the way. Does anybody have anything left in them that we can call courage and conviction, or is it just empty your gun in somebody's back?
Jacob was being courageous. He was an innocent bystander that stopped to break up 2 women fighting. That's courage, not the cop that chases him down and shoots him in the back.
I've seen that before. We'll get into that a little bit later here, but let's go on to some more good news. After 48 years, Democrats endorsed nuclear energy in their platform.
I've been screaming about this one for months, haven't I, chat? Have I not been screaming about this? AOC single-handedly made this okay in the Democratic Party, and it is not okay.
It's not okay. And from a Green New Deal standpoint, and it's up to...
That's why I keep saying we got to talk about the Green New Deal.
Yeah,
Sorry, Oz.
No, that's okay. And those who disagree with us in the chat, it's cool. We're not a choir. We want to have this discussion, but I've got to tell you, from the standpoint of our friends, over at Black Bear News, over at the Natural Progressive and stuff like that, yeah, you put in your platform, but how much resources will it take to do these nuclear plants? And, the manufacturing, the concrete. The concrete is incredible that they have to use for a nuclear plant. And I don't know. I'm not an expert. Maybe we can ask Brom or Snorky or some of the other people that have some things to say about these. Possibly, maybe they know something that we don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's just but anything like that to me is just bullshit. They're pandering to donors again, and they're going to make somebody else rich. I don't know. Well, I don't know what to
Yeah,
say.
we're just enriching the elite even more with this crap. It's not going to save the environment. Nuclear waste is around for 10,000 years. No matter what we do, we're producing a product that's going to create more problems.
Well, they keep talking about this, some sort of nuclear fission that's safe and doesn't cause the
There is
byproduct.
no safe
I don't think there's any safe
nuclear.
like that. I mean, shit, harness the power of the sun and see what kind of waste you get from it. Anyway,
do that.
let's get into the convention, I
Natural
guess. What is this? What is this is from Rising. Let's see what they got to say here. Rising.
It did. I do want to highlight one thing that I thought was very astute, and this was from Ronna McDaniel, who kind of goes to the back.
Oh, yeah.
Point that I was making, which was about she targeted in on what the core message of the DNC was Joe Biden is a nice guy and Donald Trump is, the next iteration of Satan. And she made that case very clearly, being like, look, all they have to say is this, that Joe Biden is a nice guy, and a lot of stuff about Trump. Repeating that over and over again, I think, is very effective if you're trying to fill in with a more positive message. Now, look, I mean, there's some of the message is, not based in reality economically and so much more, but I want to take a listen to what she said.
If you watched the DNC last week, you probably noticed that Democrats spent a lot of time talking about how much they despise our president. But we heard very little about their actual policies. Policies that would have been unthinkable a decade ago. Policies like banning fossil fuels, eliminating private health insurance, taxpayer-funded health care for people who come here illegally, and defunding the police. Their argument for Joe Biden boiled down to the fact that they think he's a nice guy.
Do you think Joe Biden's a nice guy?
Yeah, I would probably hang out with Joe. That doesn't mean I think that he's a good politician.
I think you better ask your sister Tara Reid if you should hang out with Joe, or at least you know what you're going to expect.
Yeah, see, I would have put a knee right between Joe's legs. So
Yeah. I mean, but back then when that happened, you get startled, you get, whatever. So
no, I get it. I
get it too. I think that there was a lot of truth in what that person was saying. I can't remember her name.
There was truth in what the Democrats were saying. There is no truth in what the Democrats are trying to say, that the Democrats are radical left and they're going to implement socialism. And, that is way the fuck off point.
Well, her main point was that there was no goddamn substance in that whole convention last week.
And there wasn't.
It was a Biden worship fest, and and Kamala got a little bit of that on her too.
Oh, don't hate me. I would have hung out with Bush too.
Yeah, well, I would have hung out with Bush.
They just look like they like to party.
You strumpet, not trumpet. I get those mixed up. But then there was the great part. Kimberly Guilford gave a lively RNC address. The Christmas nutcracker. Look at that. I captured that shot with her mouth wide open. Just drop a walnut in there. I'm sorry. She also accused the Dems of turning California into the land of the discarded heroin needles in parks. Guilfoy. Is it Guilfoy? Is it Guilfoy? It's like Three Musketeers, D'Artagnan and Guilfoy. Is the next ex-wife of California Governor Gavin Newsom. I don't know. I kind of get that sort of. But yeah, let's take a look at her speech. I think it was quite rousing. It was reminiscent of something else that I watched at one point in time. But let's watch this. See what she says.
Live, let's take a listen.
They want to destroy this country and everything that we have fought for and hold dear. They want to steal your liberty, your freedom. They want to control what you see and think and believe so that they can control how you live. They want to enslave you to the weak, dependent, liberal, victim ideology to the point that you will not recognize this country or yourself.
All right.
She must have been studying Hitler.
Just like that, in that tone, for however long, and it was terrifying.
It was terrifying. It scared the hell out of me. But I thought about that for quite a while. I thought. I go, God, what does that remind me of? And I finally found it, everybody. This is exactly what Guilfoy reminded me of when she did that speech. See if you agree there, Chanda.
Ladies and gentlemen, is yet to come.
Call the police.
Is that right?
Oh, that's too funny. Call the police. Yeah, I did. I thought that was her speech. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was her speech too. Does anybody want to see that again? They might have missed it. I'm going to run it one more time.
Play it again. It was
Play
funny.
it again, Sam. Play it again, Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to come.
Call the police.
Yeah, who's that? Kim Kardashian? Was Kardashian if Kim's calling?
Well, that was pre-surgery for one of them. That's why you don't recognize them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I thought that was pretty right on, but that was the most that speech kind of kept me up. That was really something. We also another part of the convention that was
I enjoyed Nikki Haley's hate mongering.
Yeah, but I saw so many similarities between people. Here's let's look at this one. This one, notice the bad haircut here. This is Getz. I think it's Getz. Is that his name? Getz? He's a senator or congressman.
Settle for Biden. That's the hashtag promoted by AOC and the socialists. The Woketopians will settle.
Yeah, look at that haircut.
They will make him an extra in a movie written, produced, and directed by others.
I think I recognize that guy.
Film,
I
really.
do too.
They'll disarm you, empty the prisons, lock you in your home, and invite MS-13 to live next door.
MS-13 lives next door?
Yeah, MS-13. I recognize that guy too. Let me run it again. I want to make sure.
Settle for Biden. That's the hashtag promoted by AOC and the socialists. The Woketopians will settle for
what
Biden
a haircut.
They will make him an extra in a movie written, produced, and directed by others. It's a horror film, really. They'll disarm you.
Somebody says, "Is that Donnie?"
Lock you in your home.
Who said that?
And invite MS-13 to live next door.
Osama number 5.
Osama number 5. I think I'm going to have to give him the happy face. Anyway, now we looked around the net and we tried to match his haircut up with
Astro Boy. Yeah, he does look like Astro Boy.
A little bit like Astro Boy. I think this is closer. Bob's Big Boy. Yeah, but we noticed there are a lot of haircuts last night.
There was.
There was
God,
crew cuts, I mean, Mike Pence, and then, all the hairspray ladies. There was hair. Do they still wear hairspray, or is it mousse, or what is it these days? Shellac, varnish?
Shellac. I don't know. I don't use hairspray.
You don't. Yeah. I mean, shit. Don't get around open flame. But we finally found who this was. I think Osama guessed it. We found out that
Osama for the win.
Osama for the win. Yeah, it was Donny Osmond, and. Yeah, this is the look. This is Hallmark all the way. I got to say, I expected him to break out in song.
I got to tell you, my first love was Donny Osmond.
Your first love was Donny Osmond? What did you love about him? His teeth or what?
I don't know. I was 4 years old, and Donnie and Marie were on every night, and that was my show.
Yeah, Donnie and Marie. What the hell? I was that wholesome look and everything else. Donnie and Marie.
I now know better.
Is she still pimping the Weight Watchers, or what is that? What Nutrisystem?
I think she is. Melissa H. I agree. The Woketopians comment was fucking hilarious. I'm going to start using it now.
Yeah, that is a good one. Very good, Melissa. But no, yeah, Donny Osmond smoked last night, so that was good. I'm sure they had a lot of Hollywood stand-in. Huh? What? Barf Chanda.
The chat's calling me out for my first crush.
Oh my God, that was your first crush?
Well, I was 4. Come on. Well, that and Saturday Night Fever, because John Travolta, he was.
Yeah.
Hot in the 70s.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. I took all my girlfriends to that.
Yeah, I remember going to the drive-thru and watching it a couple times.
Yeah, all of them in a short span of 3 days. Here we have a new. My brother from Scotland's calling. Hello,
Moto.
Can anybody hear me? I wish it was hello, Moto. I'm not too happy with this gift that I got.
I don't know if Bob's Big Boy has a Beyond or Impossible burger. I haven't ate at a Bob's Big Boy in 20 years.
Yeah, is there still a Bob's Big Boy around?
I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, this is Rushmore. Donnie finally got his face up there.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jill.
Face up there. Is that true? Did they really put that up there?
Yeah, Trump's been wanting on Mount Rushmore, so they just moved the Trump baby balloon over there, and there you go.
So he's up there. So we don't have to worry about spending a bunch of money. Just hang the balloon up there. We also had a sighting. What was it? Biden and Kamala Harris. Were they giving out tickets or what? Hello.
I'm not a baby. Oh my God. What does it say? Hi. Do you know why we pulled you over?
Oh, so they're practicing up. I think this is a clear case of counting your chickens before they hatch. What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Russians are going to kill them all.
Yeah, I'm still in you and Amber say that Donnie's going to pull it off again, right? I'm gonna have to go with the girls on this. I know I'm putting my title belt up for grabs, but I think he's going to pull it off.
I don't know. It's kind of dangerous to go against Nate Silver because he's got such a great track record. But I'm going to have to do it and say no. I think Trump's going to win.
Okay, so Nate Silver is saying it's going to be Biden by a landslide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I'm going to lose, I want to lose by a landslide. Not that we want.
It's whoever's going to be able to rig it. Democrats vote by mail, but they're scared of COVID. So where there is polling places, will they turn out? I don't know. Trump supporters, they're not that involved normally with the system. So will they turn out in the numbers that we need? And who will be able to rig those numbers the most? And I think that's why Trump's freaking out so much over mail-in ballots, is because most of these states that do mail-in already are controlled by the Democrats, and we know how they count those ballots and how they can play with the numbers. And I think Trump knows it too, and that's why he's shitting his pants over the mail.
Well, yeah, I thought I saw some pushback on mail-in ballot. Did Brahm say something? Was he pro or against Brahm? Mail-in balloting, good or bad, Brahm? I know that
I think the mail-in voting is good. It allows more access for everybody, but our problem is not with us. It's not at the mailbox.
It's counting.
It's not even with the actual opening and sorting of them. It's once they're sorted that we're having the problem, and that's what nobody seems to grasp.
It's those jump drives that are in those counters, those tabulators. That's the problem.
Yeah, and then the machines that count them. Yeah,
the counting machines. Yeah, and that's been, I've shown that before. It's that's how they rig it, Of course, they can do it sloppily like they do in Florida and just grab all the ballots and burn them. So
they do. They just throw them away. We saw that.
They
Debbie
chuck
Wasserman Schultz, Broward County.
And she won again down in Florida.
Imagine that. I saw that one coming. Just like Pelosi, we cannot remove these people out of these districts just because they're rigging the vote.
Yep.
We get great candidates. We got great ground games, but you can't beat somebody who is counting the vote.
Protect your incumbents. Got to keep the donors happy. So let's talk about nature. We have nature here today.
I love nature.
What's this about? More light.
We're taking all of their space, and they have nowhere to go.
Well, maybe they're just damn hungry. Now is that a reindeer?
Who's the beehive state? Chat, quick.
Who's the beehive state?
They'll find out.
Well, what's the beaver state? Oregon.
My grandpa was a beaver.
And Washington. I live in Washington. What's Washington?
We're the evergreen state.
We're the evergreen state. So we have evergreens and beavers. And so where's the beehive state? Where is that California?
Nope. California is the
bear state? No.
Yeah, but that's not what they're called.
Oh, okay. Wisconsin's cheese, right?
The cheese state. It should be mosquitoes.
What's New York? Pizza? Is that the pizza state?
The Big Apple?
Oh, the apples? I don't know what the hell. I gotta.
Well, each state has their own motto. Like Oklahoma's okay, right?
Yeah. Iowa's corn. Is Iowa corn, right?
The corn state?
Yeah.
No. They're the something else state.
The Huskers? No?
The Husker state.
Is it Huskers?
Utah. Very good. J9 Campbell.
All right.
Human.
Happy
Utah.
face.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this report comes to us from Utah. I've got family and friends in Utah. And of course, Chris, the natural progressive, is down there. So I always keep an eye on what's going on in Utah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're all agreed Florida's the bullshit state. Let's see this. Let's see this right here. What's this?
Trotting across the street, taking over construction sites. Making friends with your dog. Even bears spotted in your backyard.
We're just seeing these animals more often.
Wildlife has been caught on camera all over the Beehive State.
We're living in a lot of these habitat areas that are, home for bears, cougars, deer.
We know. Utah is no stranger to animals. But this year, residential areas are looking extra wild.
Most of the time, we're trying to relocate those animals, out of these urban areas.
The reason? A drought impacting 98% of the state.
It's just really hot. It's really dry.
In turn, sending our four-legged friends searching for refuge right in your neighborhood.
They're coming down to get food and water.
DWR says if there's a safety concern, report it. Otherwise, don't touch it. Don't feed it, just enjoy it.
This is their home too, and so we need
Wait a
to
second.
make sure that we're being hospitable neighbors when we can.
What?
WR says if there is an animal that's dangerous or could cause conflict, report it to them immediately. You can find out how on our website. In Salt Lake
Utah's
City,
on fire right
14
now.
News, Utah.
Oh, wait a second. Don't feed it. Don't. What did she say? Don't feed it. Don't make friends with it. Don't do anything with it. So Utah's on fire. So that means if they come and they're starving and they're dying of thirst, you don't give them some fucking water. I'd rather give them water and food than some of the people that I know. I mean, for the love of
come
God,
back is what they're trying to
I don't care. They're dying. That's why they're going there. That makes me crazy.
Exactly. Look at the size of those. Some of those deer, like freaking 8-point deer, 10-point deer walking through the middle of a city. It's heartbreaking to me. We've taken their habitat.
It is heartbreaking. It's absolute. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Al Walski, you are busy in the chat. Thank you so much.
Hey Al, thank you so much. Well, it looks like crime has taken off the streets by making criminals member of the militarized police force. That makes crime legal. Well, yeah, and that's the mentality that they use too, Al. Thank you for the super chat. We really sincerely, honestly appreciate it. If you guys can, jump over to Patreon. We've got Chanda's and Oz and Amber's Patreon in there. $2-3 a month. That'd be very, very nice. All the super chats go to Uphill Media to help support independent media. And again, thank you everybody for your support. Just being here with us is fantastic. We really, 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 really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. And yes, we have heard from Chris Osama. I guess she's okay. Oz, you talked to her this weekend, right?
Yeah. Let's see, Osama. Have you heard from Chris? How's she doing? She didn't answer my email. Love her so much. Yeah, Osama, I call her at least once a week. She's doing as best she can. She had her procedure and she's feeling better. Lots of issues to deal with, like we all do. And as you know, and Chris has said in the past, she's stressed about the climate and the planet being destroyed, like we all are concerned and stressed about it. But she's doing better. She's getting by. And I told her, and I know all of you would say, hey, when you feel like it, come on. When you don't feel like it, don't come on. And it's really hard because I suffer from anxiety too. It's getting worse as I get older, and I got to deal with it. And the weirdest stuff will trigger that anxiety. For me, if I'm watching a movie, even if it's funny, there are the points in the movie that I start feeling anxiety come on. In a funny movie, I'm not even watching the murder, death, kill shit, which I don't really watch anymore.
Death, murder, mayhem.
Shanda, you have anxiety issues too, don't you? I mean,
yeah.
You know how horrible it is. So yeah, our best wishes go out to Chris, and thank you for Osama for asking. I will be calling her again this weekend and just checking in. I'll let you guys know.
Oh, give her our love and our chat's love.
I will. I do. I tell her that all the chat's always asking about her. It'll make her feel better because she's such a sweet person.
She is very sweet.
What's the deal with the turtles?
This is a feel-good story. So, I felt sad because, we're ruining the habitats. But there is a silver lining with COVID, and that is our sea turtles our baby sea turtles are able to hatch and make it to the water.
Well,
So we're going to have a good season for sea turtle this year.
Yeah, now there's no commentary. This is just watching.
I don't think so. I let it play for like a minute.
No, that's way cool. I'm glad. So the humans aren't there stomping all over the eggs and killing the baby turtles.
Yep, because there's nobody on the beach yet.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's glass half full. I don't know what they're diving back into as far as the toilet
acid
that we've turned the damn oceans into. But this is hopeful. To see that. I'm happy.
It's a little bit of hope.
They're
so cute.
They are so cute. I mean, again, it's nature. It's the gift of life. It's everything. And, it's seriously, watching the birth of any species is special. It gives you that warm feeling. And now the poor little turtle's going into an irradiated toxic dump of shit.
Yep.
And it's horrible. So shut up, Oz. You're just making everybody feel bad in this feel good.
But it made me feel good to see them actually, because if you knew in years past, only one or two would make it to the water.
Yeah. So it's a silver lining for that for sure. Yeah, I'm glad that we touched on some nature stuff. What do we got here? Oh, we're some seriously boring stuff here. Richard Neal, I want to touch on this. Suzanne Murphy tweeted, our very good close friend and partner, truth be known. If you or anyone you know received a surprise medical bill in the past year, you have Richard Neal to thank. No kidding. No kidding. Richard Neal is like the internal tool for the health insurance industry. He's been that way. He's a career politician. He's been screwing us out of getting Medicare for all. You know, he's been collaborating with all the health industry donors to make sure that our representatives vote for the health insurance industry, the pharmaceuticals, and not in our good service. Richard Neal. And the more to this story is, insiders, well, he denies it, who want to be part of Richard Neal's campaign, smeared Alex Morris with this college thing. Let's play this clip. It's a little long, but
it wasn't even college. It was like when he was 12, wasn't it?
No, that was the other kid. No, this is Alex Morris. They smeared him as being an adjunct professor, taking advantage. But I'll just play it, so I can't explain it as well as the video can play it.
Question. In your mind, was there a power dynamic at play here because of your position as mayor, congressional candidate, and adjunct professor that made your behavior with students inappropriate? You have 90 seconds.
Great. Well, thank you, Ray, for that question. And first off, thank you to those at home for tuning into this important process. And I appreciate that question. I know a couple of Fridays ago when I saw that email alleging that I had made students feel uncomfortable, as a human, I would never want to make someone feel uncomfortable, and I need to honor that truth and honor that expression from those students. But then I come to find out over the last week that this was a backroom coordinated political smear against our campaign by folks that support this congressman's campaign. Evidence has now come to light over the last week, and it's a culture of folks trying to curry favor with one of the most powerful Democrats in Washington. And I think this is exactly what turns people away from politics. It's why people don't participate. It's why people have given up on the process. That 3 weeks before our primary election, I was put in a position to talk about my personal life, not talk about healthcare and climate change and our economy and the small businesses shuttering. I will let the voters of the 1st District come to their own conclusions. But this is exactly why I ran for mayor 9 years ago, to change the political culture of personal destruction, a politics that tears people down instead of lifts them up. And I think, obviously, it's no coincidence, the timing of these allegations and accusations that go all the way to the height of the Massachusetts Democratic Party, the chair of that party that took me to lunch over a year ago and discouraged me from running against this congressman right here. I know what it's like to go up against power 9 years ago, and I'm doing the same today.
Congressman Neal, you have 90 seconds for your response.
Right. Let's square the facts here. A series of students have stepped forward. They've raised these allegations. They've also said simultaneously they had no contact with my campaign. This is inconsistent with my career, and it's inconsistent with my character to have raised these sorts of issues.
Bullshit.
These students have stepped forward. They should be heard.
Bullshit.
There is a process in place. An investigator has been hired, and a review will shortly be underway. I am more than content to let that review take its course. But again, I want to reiterate something that's really important. There could be no room in America, in this campaign, or for anybody else on the basis of homophobia.
Oh, fuck.
Racism.
Whatever.
I'm not even going to go there. I mean, hey, this whole thing, and this was from 6 days ago or 10 days ago. Okay, so yeah, they have found that it was a inside smear thing. And I want to point out, no matter which side of the deal you're on, it was the college Dems, and it was one event where Alex Morris was speaking. It wasn't a multiple thing that was there. He was doing nothing wrong. He was just, talking to students, and there isn't a big age gap there. What is it? Like 4 years or something? So this was a smear job, and these people doing this, it was the college Dems. And I've got to tell you something. It's like our young Democrats here in some of our districts in Washington State. They're all on board with the damn incumbents, the likes of Derek Kilmer and Rick Larson, who...
Well, they're paid in Washington State.
They're paid in Washington State. And, you have like Rick Larson, who's making $20,000 donations to the state party and shit. Of course, these students who lack courage and integrity and character, they're going to do whatever they can to get in a good light by these incumbents. And Richard Neal's the head of the Ways and Means Committee. That's one of the most powerful committees there is. This guy's a scumbag. He has been sucking ass of the insurance industry forever. And it's, remember, Mass Mutual, insurance, you look at his list of sponsors. It's the medical and the pharmaceutical industries all day long. I just want to explode when I see this shit. Yeah. And I want to thank Suzanne for the tweet. Thank you. But here's what it is. You heard Alex Morris give a very cogent explanation. If I did something to offend somebody or to mislead somebody, I apologize. But then he went in. It's kind of funny how this shows up 3 weeks before the election. This kind of garbage, this smear shit. So we heard him say that. And then we heard Neal come in with a standard horse shit that you're going to come from an incumbent tool that's a donor-paid scumbag. But Caitlin Johnstone made a very good statement here. Listen to this. People who use language for communication and understanding shouldn't waste time talking to people who use language for manipulation and control. It's two completely different linguistic functions with no functional overlap at all. Getting clear on this makes life a lot easier. And that's exactly what we just witnessed.
Amen, sister.
Amen, Caitlin Johnstone. That's exactly what we just meant. That's a great example of Alex Morris and Richard Neal. So Richard Neal is using linguistic functions to manipulate and control. Alex Morris was stating the facts and his opinion as he saw them. What do you think about that, Chanda? This is standard. This isn't unique, right?
This is standard. No, I absolutely agree with Katie's, take on this. It is a prime example of it. And the young Democrats are so easily influenced because they're looking to climb the ladder to get a place in the party that they do bow. And in Washington State, they've been just terrible.
Yeah.
We pay to put them up in hotels. We pay to so they can travel around the state, and we pay them to do this.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. Rick Larson freely admitted in the past that he has paid for tables at conventions and events. Yeah. Tables. These are
we did here in Clallam County. We paid for 11 people to come to their big Roosevelt dinner. 11.
Yeah, their dinners. They pay for these students, the young Dems, to go to these dinners and talk about conflict of interest. For the love of God, are you kidding me?
They're paid to be there. Exactly. They're paid to be there. I despise our young Democrats in Washington State. Yeah. I find them a freaking joke. And of course we're progressive. We're on the progressive coattails.
No,
they're towing the line for the establishment.
They are modeling and molding new centrism coming up in the Democratic Party, and it makes me sick. They're screwing
like Hitler's youth.
Yeah, they're screwing themselves by selling out at such a young age. But we have to make sure and say that the younger generation, by and large, in my opinion, gets this shit. That's
right.
So again, this is just they're trying to breed their own faction of scumbags within the party. And I'll debate any of you young Dems in Washington State on backing the likes of Derek Kilmer and Rick Larson and Adam. Anytime. Come on. Come on. Oz will talk to you. Not that I'm worth anything, but I will hold my own against any of them. And I've got to say again, giving a speech is relatively easy when you have a teleprompter to give it. It's the delivery. If you have any drama or acting skills whatsoever, you can kick the shit out of any of these guys, like Biden giving a speech or certainly Kamala Harris. I mean, it's really, so you young Dems, you go ahead, you learn your speeches, but you better have some context and you better have some substance, or we're going to eat you alive. So this is it. What do we got? We got democracy.
We're
now.
boring our chat, man. We just lost like 10 people.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I really am. I don't want to.
I don't know. Maybe we're not boring them. Maybe they got stuff to do. I don't know.
I know it's getting long in the show. Anyway, they don't like me screaming. What is Democracy Now! Here? This is talking about Jacob Brooks. Is that right?
Yeah, let's talk about Jacob Brooks a little bit and what's going on in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Story contains disturbing images of police violence. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers called in the National Guard Monday as protests continued in Kenosha for a second night following the police shooting on Sunday of Jacob Blake, an unarmed 29-year-old black man. An officer shot Blake 7 times in the back as he was getting into his car. His 3 children, aged 3, 5, and 8, witnessed the shooting from the car. Blake was reportedly trying to break up a fight between 2 women before the shooting, but the police have not explained why they went after him or shot him. He remains hospitalized in serious but stable condition. Protesters defied a curfew Monday night as police used tear gas on crowds. Protests also took place across the country, including here in New York City. Governor Evers and Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes called state lawmakers into a special session to take up legislation on police brutality that was introduced earlier this year. This is Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes.
This was not an accident. This wasn't bad police work. This felt like some sort of vendetta being taken out on a member of our community. The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. And like many of you, the video is etched into my mind, like so many other past videos that are just like it. It was a video that I would have rather not had to have watched. But the irony isn't lost on me that as Jacob Blake was actually trying to de-escalate a situation in his community, but the responding officer didn't feel the need to do the same.
Exactly. He was de-escalating a problem in his community and he got shot in the back. And they still, where they say, they still haven't explained why they were trying to stop. All they wanted to do was talk to him, right? Oh, well, we wanted to talk to you, but because you kept walking, we shot you in the back.
Well, yeah. And if you say that, you know, a black person says, I don't want to talk to you. Look at all the body bags you filled in the last year. I'm leaving. My kids are in the car. I'm going to leave. And they're going to say he was going to take that car and use it as a weapon, or he was going into the car to find a weapon to, you know,
I mean, kids in the car.
Yeah, well, give me a effing break. They're going to come up with some excuses. I hope to God that they review this and this guy gets... Wow! Well,
we know how that turns out.
Well, it hasn't been turning. It's not very good, and I don't even have to keep score. You just see it over and over and over again. It's the usual outcome.
I was just having a flashback. I think we played a clip on the last one where the same lieutenant governor was talking about the last shooting.
Oh God! They're killing our sisters and brothers of color at an unconscionable rate. It's sickening. So I've got a clip here. This is together the city councils of New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philly, Seattle, Portland have 147 seats. Democrats hold 134. Republicans hold 5. Democrats should rein in our most violent cops without even looking at the Republicans, but they're not fighting police violence. They're funding it. And that's in response to the Democrats. Oh, my God. Jacob Blake was shot in the back 7 times by law enforcement. As we wish for his speedy recovery, Democrats stand with all those calling for justice and accountability in policing. We will continue fighting to end the police violence. Well, that was kind of
the hell they do.
Yeah. I mean, really? But they keep funding it. So I call bullshit on that.
Me too.
And the latest is that Jacob Blake's father has told the Chicago Sun-Times his son is paralyzed from the waist down. How nice. So
never walk again.
Yeah. So anyway, again.
But at least he's still alive for his kids. Thank God for that, even though... I don't know. Maybe we'll actually see some prosecution on this one because they didn't kill him.
I guess maybe we will.
He's alive to testify against him.
Yeah, and what are they going to do? They're going to have to pay for his medical care and his care for the rest of his life. As they should. But why are we at this place? Because of cops like that, tugging on his t-shirt. You can't tell me that big bad cop couldn't have holstered his damn gun, grabbed his whole t-shirt, yanked the guy down to the ground, and then handcuffed him. That to me was
or got his license plate and sent a warrant.
Well, then they say he's going to use his car as a weapon and run over. It's always some bullshit out there. I don't know. I am not God. I can't say whatever, but what I can say is that was an assassination before our eyes in the most part. So that's where I'm at. All right. We got over the serious stuff. We've got all of our friends in here. Thank you so much. Insight saying they hope they sue them big time. Yeah. And they're going to sue him. And I want them to see him win the lawsuit and make sure this gentleman's taken care of and his family. But we shouldn't be going here.
Schultz 100. Keep revolting. Yes.
Yeah. Keep revolting. Yeah, absolutely. Schultz. We need to keep revolting. Well, God, we filled this hour pretty perfect. We're right on. So let's go out with a, what is this? This is a human interest story or an inhuman interest story? Tell us about this.
Well, this is Trump getting a little work done for the whole Trump palooza.
Okay.
He had to look his best.
Okay, this is Trump getting some work done. Is it like face job or head job or what is it?
Yeah, a little facelift, little tuck.
Let's check it. Let's check it out. I'll shut up and play it here. Okay. Wax replicas.
No, that's a real thing.
The Chinese flag. It is a head job.
Look at how presidential he looks.
Yeah, but they got the tie wrong. The tie's not right. It should be a red tie with a perfect little teardrop in it.
Right.
Wow, that was kind of cool. Wasn't that was from China, right? That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a wax museum over there, but I just thought, oh, how creepy.
You know what? That's
Trump's face get made up.
I think that's better than Madame Tussauds. I really,
actually, you're right. I think that's a better replica than the one that.
Yeah, I mean, I had the privilege, the fortune of touring Madame Tussauds, in I think it was in Vegas. It was right next to the Venetian, was it? I think.
Yeah.
And I saw some of them. Nicolas Cage probably was one of the best wax renditions next to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mr. Coppola.
Yeah, those two were. The other one's not so much. I wasn't that impressed, but this is really good. I mean, they can take that skin and put it over one of those Disney animatronics and replace the Lincoln address, don't you think?
Yeah, well, they could get that and do that and put it over Trump's real face and make him look better.
Well, to me, he looks more like Doctor Who, the new incarnation of Doctor Who with the hair and stuff like that anyway. So,
a little bit creepy.
Yeah, Sirius wants to put it at the bottom of their toilet. Can they make those little urinal cakes out of his thing?
Oh, and they do. Can I tell you, at our local Democratic headquarters, they have a toilet brush that is Trump's face.
They have a toilet brush that's Trump's
face. How mature, huh?
Yeah, it is mature. That's really getting to the root of the problem. But
it is. It's going to change everybody's lives.
Yeah, it's virtue signaling and everything else. So what's going on? We're having another convention tonight, right? Another thing. We're not doing.
Well, no, Trump Palooza continues tonight, but we're not going to go live for it, right?
But they are. They're like going all day with people speaking, right? And we're not going to have them. No Scott Bio, no My Pillow guy. They are going to have the two people were
the St. Louis shooters.
Shooters, yeah, the St. Louis shooters. Who else are they having? Are they having?
Let's call them the St. Louis Bonnie and Clyde.
St. Louis Bonnie and Clyde. That's pretty crazy to do that. Yeah, it paints you a target for the rest of your life like that. So
yeah.
Is there anything else in the news today that's really pressing?
Well, we got the hurricane. Of course, Marco came in and touched the mouth of the Mississippi evening, but then he went back out and broke down. But it looks like Laura is getting ready to take a direct punch on the United States. It could hit anywhere from Louisiana coast. It's more looking like it's going to shift west, like Rita that came in 15 years ago, and shoot for Texas. So batten down the hatches, guys. It's going to be wet and windy in the south.
So they were playing Marco Laura. Now Laura's going to be the nasty one, right?
Laura's going to be the nasty one.
Of course
She might make landfall at a Category 4.
So I don't get this. How do they genderize these things again? A hurricane's a female.
By the wind speed.
Wind speed, and then the one that can't get it up's the male, and the one that can is the female, right?
Well, he kind of cleared the path. He bulldozed the road for her to come in and really whomp. Cuba got hit hard yesterday, from what I could see. We haven't really seen any reports, but this has got a lot of water in it, so it's going to be lots of flooding. Lots of flooding.
Okay.
Texas will be flooding if it takes a direct hit.
So Marco trimmed the bush, and Laura's going to come and finish it off, right?
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
all right. So we do have one coming up the side of Mexico. What do they call that one?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't even know if they've named that depression or not.
It's a tropical depression or whatever. Okay. So, we got, what do we got going on? We got production meeting for all those Uphill Media people at noon. We have Savage Joy tonight. She's going to be interviewing her friend Mike Figueredo from the Humanist Report. Yay. That should be good. And then I get to go to a board meeting tonight at Uphill Media. And then tomorrow we have Women's Wednesday. Who are we going to have on tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll be there.
I'll be there. When are you going to go on your little trip that you're talking about? Are you going to take a break or what?
Yeah, but I'm spontaneous, so you'll just get a phone call saying, I'm not going to be on in the morning.
That's fine. That's fine.
But it won't be tomorrow. I'm going to probably take off tomorrow afternoon if I go.
Give me a little heads up so I can get somebody on to fill in. And Women's Wednesday, I'm going to send out the invites. If any of the ladies in the group want to join us for Women's Wednesday, you can contact me at Roar Media Live at gmail.com. We'd love to have you on. And first come, first serve. Brahm, tell Kelly, if she wants to come on tomorrow, and I'll send one to Kelly Lane, and I'll send one to Christine, and we had Joy on last week. So Rhonda, maybe Rhonda will show up for us tomorrow. And,
help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
I think Amber's going to be there, so you and Amber, and Oz likes to be in the background, so let's fill it up with the ladies. Let's get those ladies' voices out there in social media. Thanks again, everybody. What are we going out with today?
We are going out with When the Levee Breaks.
Ooh, that's an appropriate one. Levee, who's the artist here?
Oh, she's a young, upcoming acoustic, great voice.
Okay. All right. When the Levee Breaks. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, J9, for your $25 super chat. Now, Walski gave us a tenner. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. As Melissa says, you consider going back and everyone in the boxes, seeing the flickering around the edges of some is distracting. We're going to work on, we will do that. Now, I'm not flickering, am I? My hair?
No, but I've been flickering the whole show. Look at my hair just like glitches out because it's so white with the light hitting it.
Yeah, well,
it's all blue.
We're going to fix that. So either she's got the perfect background or we'll put her in a box. You like being...
I'd rather be in the box than look like the Crypt Keeper.
Chanda in the box. Okay, we like Chanda in the box, and you won't be so orange. Anyway, thank you, Chanda. Always fun.
Thank you, Oz.
And we'll see you later, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye, guys.
Bye.
When the Levee Breaks.
If it keeps on